Welcome to your Cochrane Right Now. This is a weekly podcast all about the coldest town in the world, Cochrane, Alberta. My name's Eric Ruddle, joined by Lauren Meister. And Lauren, it's balmy out. It's not the heat, it's the humidity that'll really get you.
Yeah. I mean, I park my car in a garage. It's not a heated.
Park my car. No. Blah,
It's
blah,
not.
blah.
It's not a heated garage.
Oh no!
I know,
Lauren,
I know.
How do you survive?
Barely. And I made the mistake yesterday morning of not bringing mitts on my drive into work, my 6-minute drive. And
Oh, no.
it was cold. And I have a heated steering wheel, but it didn't even warm up in time to get to work.
I feel everyone just like feeling for you right now. That
I
violin's
know.
going behind us.
I
and-
know.
Oh, man.
It's really rough. It takes a while. Like the first cold snap of the season, it's really painful. You have to really get used to this.
Anyway, for all of us who park on the street like peasants, it's pretty cold out there. And the question today is, if you've been to downtown Calgary before, you've seen the tubes, the plus 15s that connect all the major buildings so all the businessy people can not go outside.
Genius.
Do you think Cochrane could support a plus 15 system?
I think that there are a few businesses where it would make sense.
Where?
I think like if you connected maybe part of Main Street, like if you could have a plus 15 that would connect one side of Main Street to the other.
Well, and you could technically just install doors because like all those like in historic Main downtown, they're connected like it's a strip.
Yeah.
Right? So they could just have doors in between businesses. And then, like at McKay's or the candy store, you have a tube to connect it to the hotel.
Just keep going through all of the businesses.
Yeah.
Or what about like an underground tunnel or something instead of the overground?
No, you gotta go above, so you got like the view.
Yeah.
Right?
I do think you could do a plus 15 in the quarry.
Well, the quarry's right over there, and like
Yeah.
what you're connecting Save-On to Canadian Tire?
Sure.
Sure.
Or I think across the street, like maybe Canadian Tire to Walmart.
Nice.
Right?
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening. I'm just saying that'd be cool if it did happen.
My big thing is because I'm not a fancy folk with a fancy garage and all that stuff, I like to be able to put my car somewhere for even like an hour while I'm shopping. That's warm.
Yes.
There is 0 places in Cochrane that you can park underground, right? Like if I go to Market Mall, you can park underground. And
Yeah.
It warms up your vehicle. It gives it a chance to defrost. There is nowhere indoors to park your vehicle here in Cochrane.
Unless you have a friend who lives like in a condo and they have underground parking.
Well, yeah, but I'm not just going to like show up to somebody's house. I'm talking businesses.
Yes.
Except for
Go get an oil change or something.
I did. It only took half an hour. I bet you Garmin might have secret underground parking.
Oh, I think they do.
Do they?
I think somebody told me that they do. I could be wrong. And actually, if you drive by, it looks like they have a door.
So Garmin, open it up.
Open it up for everybody in the quarry.
But it was really nice that this weather did hold out. It started on Sunday. Just enough time for us to get in the Cochrane Light Up. And let me tell you, that is the traditional Cochrane Light Up we've been telling everybody about for the past 3 years with it being virtual.
Yeah.
15,000 people in downtown Cochrane.
And I honestly think that we talked to every single one of
Oh
them.
my
We had our
gosh, it was nuts.
We had our tents set up, and it was a non-stop light up. We were trying to grab photos because we wanted to like post on Facebook and tell people that we were there, and we had all these prizes to hand out. And we kept on saying, okay, as soon as this line dies down a little bit, we need to grab a photo. But it never died down, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But it was never ending. I couldn't believe all the people. It was constant, a whole steady stream of people the entire night.
And it almost seems like it is shifting into every table even if they weren't a hot dog table, they had something to give to people. I don't really remember that part as a kid growing up here. Like you went down and you kind of just walked around, but like everyone had glow sticks, candy, this or that. It was really cool to see how much it's expanded.
Yeah.
And there was a pyrotechnic show, not a fireworks show, a pyrotechnic show at the end. And let me tell you, that ending to it was pretty big.
It was amazing. And honestly, I wouldn't have known the difference between that and fireworks.
No.
Like, I know we were told that it was not going to be as high in the air as fireworks.
Yeah.
But from the ground looking up, to me, it looked similar. And it was just as fantastic as a fireworks show. So it looked really cool to see. And I think people just really appreciated, just all of it, and that was just the icing on the cake.
And we were locked to our booth because thousands of people were coming by. But in the odd second we could get out, it was honestly shoulder to shoulder. Like, there might have been too many people. I don't know. Do you unlock another portion of downtown to make it bigger?
Well,
like, how can we get bigger? Because more people are moving to Cochrane.
Well, that's the thing. And it's not just Cochranites coming to Light Up. Like, there are people from outside of Cochrane, for sure. Like, we talked to people who are coming in from Airdrie, coming in from the city, for sure. This is a huge, huge event. So, yeah, that's the thing. I know I did see on social media where people were saying, oh, this should be just for Cochrane residents because it's getting so busy.
Go home.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how you would control that. There's so many entrances and exits, and and plus, do you really want to lock out people? We want to welcome people to our town. Yeah. So I don't necessarily agree with that. But maybe it does need to expand. Maybe we need to push it back a couple more blocks
or
to
I
make
guess
it bigger.
If you brought it down railway, right? So you would, just like the old time Santa Claus parade came down this road. So do you unlock this side, especially now with the station, like
the
pedestrian crossing?
Yeah. But then you are dealing with, I think there was at least 2 or 3 trains that went by that evening when we were there.
Yeah.
So then you are dealing with trains coming by and you got to wait for the train, and then it is a hazard and yada, yada.
But I think a lot more businesses and stuff will want to participate because it was just a way to get in front of 15,000 people. So I could see them having to expand. And with Stephanie, huge shout out to her. She was the chair. She was the lead. And it was her final 10th year. She's bowing out now. So who knows what next year's going to look like?
For sure. We don't know exactly who's going to step into her shoes. But it was interesting.
You can do it, Lauren. It seems easy.
Oh, man, it's no big deal. I'm sure she just picks that up and figures it out last minute. But, it was interesting talking to her the day after the event. And she said, without a doubt, this was the best Light Up ever.
Oh,
so she's happy to go out, finished off on a high note. But she said that when she took over as chair 10 years ago, the year before, they had ordered, I think it was 2,000 hot dogs. And this year, so 10 years later, they ordered 12,000 hot dogs. Like, it's just incredible to see how much it's grown in a decade.
No kidding. And it's going to continue to grow. And it's just, who's going to undertake it? I have no idea, because I honestly believe, like, if Stephanie was doing it again, she would start planning now.
Oh, I think that they do. I'm sure that there's a whole committee, of course, right?
Of course. It's not just one person.
Exactly.
But
yeah. I'm sure that they already, I know Stephanie said that there's going to be a meeting here very early in the new year because you have to. It's, the amount of volunteers that put this on. I don't even know what the number of volunteers is. Guaranteed
hundreds.
It's a long list.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to. You need the manpower and you need all the, the dedication and all that kind of stuff. But it's a process.
So it'll be really interesting to see how 2023 pans out, but this year probably record breaking because, of course, we asked how many people came down, and like you said, there is 1,000 entrances into downtown Cochrane. There's no way to tell. It's just, there was a lot.
It would be impossible. Even if you had somebody standing at every single entrance clicking, you wouldn't, there's just no way.
No.
There's no way, because people could leave and come back, and there's no way.
So it was really, really cool. But now, of course, we are in a polar vortex, and I know you have a young son who's never cold, right? Mm-hmm. I've seen him before in this weather. He has shorts on, right?
It's true.
And do you find, like, I was watching kind of while I was driving around this morning, dropping my kids off to school, there was a lot of young ladies just rocking your shell jackets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're cold.
Yeah.
And, like, my wife still does it sometimes. Like, I say, honey, what if you break down that springtime jacket, but this one's cuter? I don't understand this world. Are you one who's like throwing on a light jacket?
Well, I will say this. As I age,
yes.
I do opt more for practicality, function over fashion, to a certain degree.
What's your jacket situation today? That is not a winter jacket. That is like a
shacket.
It's a shacket. What is a shacket?
Listen to me, though.
A shacket, a shirt jacket?
A shirt jacket, yeah.
A shirt it's minus
it's a sweater,
45.
basically. But listen, I'm wearing a thick sweater. So it's basically a winter jacket when you layer the two. And I have mitts. But listen, and I'm not going to be outside for very long. If I was going to be outside,
what if you slid off the road?
Well, I'm not going on the highway.
You can slide. Most accidents happen 2 kilometers within your house.
Well, I live 2 kilometers away from the radio station.
Safety first.
I have a cell phone. It's not 1997.
Oh my gosh. Like, I wish
Dad.
I could go grab.
No, you know what? Let me finish here.
Okay.
If I'm going to be outside for any period of time, then absolutely, like, sign me up. I'm wearing my huge winter parka that is rated for like -40. I've got my hot paws and my mitts and my toque and all of the things. But if I'm going to be just like my car right now, because I'm leaving the station very, very soon to go finish my day at my home office.
Yeah.
So I've got my car warming up right now. So I'm going to go.
Not the keys in it, though. Remotely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get into my warm car, drive home to my warm house with my shacket on. So I'm prepared. I'm old enough to know all of these things.
Explodes?
Well, then I'm going to hop on my cell phone and I'm going to call you to come rescue me.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's really cold in Cochrane, and that is pretty much everything going on right now. You can jump over to your favorite podcast services to grab this every single week. Until next time, stay warm, Lauren. Good luck.
Do my best.
Good luck.